Okay, this is 1.6 part 2, right? Yeah, part 1 we did yesterday, where we did unit rate. That's fine. Okay, this is 1.6 part 2. Okay, this is, again, we're going to be dealing with unit rates, but we're also going to start doing conversions day, or in 1.7, what we call um, dimensional analysis. Okay, now, this chart, this whole chart is unit rate, what we did yesterday. So what we have to do is we have to make a fraction out of what's given in the statement. We have to make a fraction, divide it out, and put our label on there. Okay? They did number 1 for us. Let's do number 2. I have 252 feet. 252 feet in 10 seconds. Get your handy dandy calculators out, or calculatormeters, as I say. Take your 252, divide by 10, and I get 25.2 feet per second. That's our label. How easy peasy this is. Okay, number 3. 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. Divide that out. Well, what's anything divided by 1? Itself, right? So I have 1,000 millimeters per meter. Pretty cool, huh? Aren't you excited? Okay, next one. Please put your phones away while I'm talking. 1 meter in 1,000 millimeters. Okay. Now this one I'm going to have to put my calculator. I have 1 meter and divide that by 1,000 millimeters. I get 0.001 meters per millimeter. Boy, this was, I'm thinking middle school. You taught me? Yeah. I don't know. Things changed from when I was a kid now. Next one. 3 feet in 1 yard. Again, we've got a number being divided by 1. It's going to be itself. So I have 3 feet per yard. And then we're going to do the opposite way. 1 yard in 3 feet. And I bet you it's going to be 0.33333. So 1 divided by 3, and I get 0.3 repeating. So 0.3 repeating yard per foot. Again, this is exactly what we did yesterday. 200 miles in 4 hours. Okay, take your calculators. The 200 divided by 4, 50. 50 miles per hour. And everybody knows you could have simply abbreviated it MPH, right? Got all this down? Good. All right, next one. $5. I have $5 for 20 minutes. Anything to ask? Okay, $5 divided by 20. I get $0.25 per minute. Now, you're right. I could write it in cents. I could have 25 cents per minute. Because this is $0.25.
I know.
Yeah, I could have done just the C line and.
Sorry.
Yeah, why don't you break some of this down?
I will.
Okay, next one. 20 minutes. Oh, they're just going to reverse this. 20 minutes for $5. Okay, 20 divided by 5. 4 minutes per. Now you could use the line too, per dollar. Number 10. $50 divided by 8 hours. And that's going to be a decimal. 6.25 bucks per hour. Pardon me? Build up. You do understand them? Say kill a buck? I never heard of that. Anybody? Oh, a deer! I'm talking money here, and you're saying a deer. Yeah, you guys shut up. All right, 28 days. Quiet. 28 days and 4 weeks. Divide that out, I get 7 days per week. Too bad it's not 8 days a week. They could think of something. Okay, 1 week, 8 days per week. And 7 days. Now that's a joke. That's a good joke. 1/7 is going to be a decimal. 0.1. You're too young for it. 1 for. I'm going to round it up to 3 weeks per day. So I just did the whole chart for you. How about that? Aren't I a nice guy? Why take a picture? It's going to be on Google Classroom. Huh? You can try it. If you want, you could try logging in. I haven't tried it today. Well, there were a lot of people who couldn't sign in. Okay, you might need some what we call reciprocal rates. Reciprocal, which means just flipping the fraction, right? So we're going to practice doing some reciprocals, multiplying by reciprocals. And the first one we have, now these are just the number one, right? 60 seconds and 1 minute is just the number one, because this is true. There are 60 seconds and 1 minute. Okay? So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal times 1 minute over 60 seconds. Yeah, that's a true statement. When we multiply these together, what do we get? When we multiply 60 seconds over 1 minute times 1 minute over 60 seconds, we get the number 1, right? Okay. Because what happens is when we did in 1.5, things cancel out. That's why I was showing you the canceling process in 1.5, because you're going to need it. Seconds cancel out with seconds, minute, ones cancel out, minute, minutes. So it's just the number 1. Okay? You need to know this for 1.7. Put the video away. You guys have got to focus when I'm lecturing. How are you going to learn? Okay, 14. If I multiply this by the reciprocal 24 hours over 1 day, I also get the number 1. Everything cancels out to 1. You're going to actually do this on 1.7. You have to come up with the reciprocals. Multiply by 1 table over 8 people. Yes. 8 cancel, people cancel, table cancels, and I get the number 1. Okay? Pay attention, Dominic. Okay. When working on addition problems, the labels or units have to be alike. So you're like combining like terms, right? They have to have the same label. When I'm multiplying, they don't have to be the same label. So for example, 3 men plus 8 hours, I cannot put those together. It's just 3 men plus 8 hours. Nothing I can do about that. I cannot combine these. However, when I multiply, I get 3 times 8, 24 man hours. In English, we usually say man hours. Mondays? Yes. 6 feet cannot be combined with 10 pounds, so we leave it. They are not like terms. However, when we multiply, we get 6 times 10 is 60, and we normally in the English language change this to foot pounds. used to measure pressure. Okay, 4 newtons cannot be combined with 2 meters, so you have to put them separate. However, you can multiply the 4 and the 2, get 8 newton meters. So this is setting you up for all kinds of stuff we're going to do in 1.7 dimensional. Yes, ma'am. What's that? Oh, they're just showing you that when you multiply labels, that you combine the labels. That's what this. No, not for just these 6 problems. They're just kind of splitting this up into different topics. Okay, and you're going to have to in 1.7. You're going to have to change labels. That's why they show you the reciprocal, because you can change labels and cancel out. This, they're showing you that eventually, when you do after you change the labels, you're going to have to find out what the labels are, and you're going to be multiplying, and this is how you change it. So it's all going to come together at 1.7, okay? And then this rest of the packet is pretty much your practice. Now, let's do some of these to show you some examples. Okay? We know how to multiply fractions, right? And in 1.5, I was trying to get you guys, instead of multiplying across and then reducing, to try to cancel out factors first, because of this particular unit has us canceling out stuff first. 1 times 3 is 3, 5 times 1 is 5. You're going to have to. I know it's harder that way. Try to practice it with this. Who's got their music on? Fergus! Put your phone away. Turn it off and put your phone away. What? Yeah, it's always hot. All right, number 30. My x's cancel out to 1. My 4 goes into 8, or 8 divided by 4 is 2. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Yeah, so the x's cancel, and I get 7 over. Let's look at 32. Better yet, let's look at 31 first. Okay, let's see. Our labels, hour, cancels out with hour, because they're the same. One's on top, one's on the bottom, so they cancel out. Okay, miles does not cancel out, so we're going to have miles in the top because we have minutes on the bottom. However, we have a factor of 10 that goes into 50 5 times. A factor of 10 goes into 60 6 times. And that's what we're going to be doing next section. Okay. 5. Let's multiply the numbers first. 5 times 1 is 5. Miles times 1 is miles. I can't hear you. Yes. Anything times 1 is itself. 6 minutes. Good. Cheyenne, put it away. Okay, let's look at number 33. Okay, now this is all multiplication, so I can cancel out with any 3. I can cancel stuff out with this one and this one, this one and this one, or this one and that one. Okay, let's see what we can cancel out. As soon as they put their phones away, I'm going to take it away from you, Chris. Oh, is that you with the phone? Put them away. Put them in your pocket. Get rid of them, or I'm going to take it. No, he's a Marine. Just won't pay attention. 33. By court, cancel out to 1. Pint cancel out to 1. And that's all I have. Let's look at the numbers. Nothing cancels out. So we're going to have 3 times 1 is 3 times 2, 6 times 1 is 6 times 2 is 12. And 1 times 1 times cups is cups. I just have 1 punch bowl. So, the way I would say this, 12 cups per punch bowl. Okay? Three. Yep. Do that one. Let's see. Minutes cancel. There's a factor. Actually, 20 goes into 40 and 20 goes into 60, right? 20 goes into 40 times. 20 goes into 60 3 times. We done? So I have 2 times 1 is 2. Degrees times 1 is degrees. I just have, bless you, 3 seconds. Well, he doesn't have the luxury of spending a couple of days. I think you guys, let's do 65 and 66. Okay, 65. We can cancel out room with room. Can't cancel out any numbers, so we're done, really, right? 18 times 2 is 36. And I have students. And 1 times 1 is 1. Dormitory. Okay. 66 through 70 are kind of hard. Okay. And I say that because you have to come up with what you're supposed to multiply to get to this. Okay? Now, converting minutes to hours. This is where you're going to have to multiply by some kind of reciprocal, right? Because we have to convert minutes to hours. So I want minutes up here so that they cancel, right? So that means my hours are going to be in the denominator, so it gets multiplied across. How many minutes in an hour? 60 minutes in an hour. Okay. Now, if you multiply your calculators, just going to check our answer to make sure it's right. I'm going to hit $2.12 times 60 gives me, that don't work. Oh, gives me 127.2. And divided by 8.2 times 1, it's 8.2. Then I'm going to divide these two, see if I get my answer. Divide by 8.2. And I get my 15.50 per hour. So I know that I did the problem correctly. We do another one? Let's do one more. 68. Okay, I have to convert kilometers to meters. Does anybody know how many meters in a kilometer? See, I want kilometers to be in the bottom because I want them to cancel. And that means I want meters in the top. And there happens to be 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. Yes. That K is 1,000. Okay, let's cancel out some stuff here. Does 50 go into 3,600? Yes, it does. 50 goes into 3,600 72 times. There's a common factor here. Okay, 8 goes into 72 9 times. 8 goes into 1,000 125 times. And I just did that by my calculator. Hours, somebody told me hours cancel out. So, if we multiply across, we get 125 meters per 9 seconds. And obviously, that can even be reduced more. 125 divided by 9 gives me 13.9. We are done. Do the rest of the packet for practice work.